1 overall selection, Casey Mize, a right-handed pitcher from Auburn University. More, MLB Draft 2018, who rounds out the top 5 picks. The skinny Mize is a 6'3", 220-pound junior from Springville, Ala, who has excelled on the mound since arriving at Auburn in the fall of 2015, after going undrafted as a high school senior. In 2016, he led the Tigers in ERA .352 and strikeouts 59, while appearing in 16 games, including 7 starts. He jumped onto scouts' radars as a sophomore by garnering All-American honors from both ABCA, Rawlings and Baseball America, after posting an 8-2 record and the 2.04 ERA, good for third in the SEC. Last summer, he was selected to play for Team USA and threw 7 innings against international competition, before being shut down with arm fatigue. In that time, he compiled a 1-0 record and a perfect 0.00 ERA while striking out 8. This spring has seen Mize continue his dominance to the tune of a 9-3 record and 2.73 ERA. In his Auburn career, he struck out 292 batters while only issuing 35 walks and 241.2 innings pitched. More, everything you need to know about the 2018 MLB Draft. The pros. Mize checks all the boxes, and then some, of a top of the draft, right-handed pitcher. His fastball sits in the mid-90s and he can reach back and get it into the upper 90s when he needs to. He also has 2 advanced secondary pitches, a hard slider and a splitter that scouts love for its dying action as it reaches the hitting zone. Mize's splitter is especially intriguing to major league clubs because very few amateur players throw one, let alone one with as much action and control as he does. He locates his pitches well, displaying exceptional command of all 3, and isn't afraid to attack hitters early in the count. Scouts also love that Mize is the best strike thrower in this year's draft, having walked only 8 batters all spring while posting nearly a 16-to-1 K/BB ratio, as more front offices have turned toward analytics, with a higher emphasis being placed on a hitter's on-base percentage rather than batting average. A pitcher like Mize, who rarely issues a free pass, is a rare commodity. By all accounts, he's also a fiery competitor on and off the field, something that clubs look for in prospects they are considering with their top overall selection. More, recap the 2017 MLB Draft. The cons. If there are any real drawbacks to Mize as a prospect, they lie in his medical history and his relatively low ceiling. Though he's never had major surgery on his right arm, Mize was shut down last summer for what was described as arm fatigue, leading some scouts to question how well he would hold up over the course of a major league season. There is also the issue of how much better an organization could expect Mize to get as a player after signing him. Unlike other pitchers in the draft, Mize has already filled out physically and likely would not add any velocity. With further weight gain, the question for teams considering Mize in the top few picks of the draft is whether they feel that his current skill set is good enough to get batters out in the big leagues. The projection. Relatively speaking, the concerns about Mize's health and lack of further development are small compared to everything he brings to the table for whichever team drafts him, because of his dominance in one of the most talented and competitive conferences in the country. Mize is a low-risk pick at the top of the draft, which is why it is likely the Detroit Tigers will take him first overall on June 4th. In Mize, the Tigers would be getting a true front-of-the-rotation starter who, although likely not reaching the big leagues as quickly as some of his fellow first-round pitchers who will begin their careers in the bullpen, could be a stalwart in Detroit for years to come. Given the amount of innings he has already thrown this spring at Auburn, and with more coming as Auburn heads into the postseason, it's likely Detroit would limit Mize's usage this summer after signing as a precaution, and start him off fully next spring with their low-A affiliate. If the Tigers pass on Mize as the top pick in the 2018 MLB Draft, do not expect him to fall far, as both the San Francisco Giants at No. 2 and Philadelphia Phillies at number 3 would scoop him up in a heartbeat.